It's one of the dirtiest areas of our home and it needs cleaned at least once a week. If you guessed the toilet, you're wrong. But it is as dirty as the toilet. It's the kitchen sink and we're cleaning it in 3 easy steps. You heard correctly, the kitchen sink is as dirty, if not dirtier, than the toilet, which is so cringe, but it makes sense given the food and bacteria and stuff that can get in there. I recently read an article from Food and Wine magazine that said there's more E. coli in the sink than in your toilet after you flush it. Gross. So, hence why we need to be cleaning it regularly. If you're new to my channel, then let me tell you, when it comes to cleaning, I like quick and easy while still getting the job done well, of course. Luckily, the kitchen sink is one of those areas that you can do pretty simply in no time at all and with a few simple ingredients. And we're also gonna tackle the disposal here today while we're at it too. Now, this is a chore that some people like to do every night. I personally choose 1 day a week to do it. I pick Sundays, and that way it's a good reset for the week ahead. But there's definitely no shame in doing it nightly as well if you prefer. I will do it sooner if it looks like it needs it before Sunday. Depending on what's been in the sink, you might have to do it more often. But either way, it's a good habit to get into, whether you do it nightly or once a week. And I think you'll find that it just becomes part of your routine and doesn't even feel like an extra chore. It just feels like what you do to tidy up the kitchen. But you'll have to tell me in the comments below, are you somebody who cleans the kitchen sink every night or once a day or once a week? And go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. So let's get to it, how to clean the kitchen sink and disposal in a few simple steps. First, let's grab our supplies. For the sink, all you're gonna need is some baking soda, a non-scratching sponge, I like a Scrub Daddy or a Scrub Mommy, and a little dish soap. Now, if you want, you could add some essential oils like clove or lemon or orange or something that smells good to your baking soda if you would like to give it a nice fresh smell, but you don't have to. If I'm gonna make that concoction, I put it in like a little jar that you can sprinkle the baking soda out, but obviously you could just sprinkle the baking soda from the box and that works too. So that is gonna be step 1, to sprinkle the baking soda all over the inside of the sink and then drizzle a little dish soap on top. You don't need too much, just enough to where it's gonna create a good lather. And by the way, this method works whether you have a stainless steel sink, porcelain, any type of sink, this will work. Of course, once you're done scrubbing it, you're gonna give it a good rinse, and then I like to dry the sink as well so that there's no water spots, plus it just looks really good and pristine whenever it's all dried off. I like to use a microfiber cloth to do this. You could use any microfiber. I love the tight weave style. I find, especially for stainless, it polishes it up a little better, but I will link several types of microfiber that I love in the description below, along with everything that I'm using here today, and it will also be pinned to the comments. And that's truly it for cleaning the sink. If that's all you have to do, that's it, which you can see why some people do this every night because it's really quick. The more you do it, I'm sure you'll get even more efficient at it. You don't need much. A little baking soda, soap, scrub, rinse, dry. It only takes a couple minutes. Now, if you have a disposal, we're gonna talk cleaning that next. And that is something I like to do once a month. That does not need to be done every day. Monthly is a good practice. And I'm gonna show you how to do it by hand and then a quicker, easier method if you wanna go that route too. The products you're gonna need for this one, also very simple. You're gonna stick with the baking soda and the dish soap, and then some sort of a scrub brush. I really love this one with the handle. It's designed for a disposal and it makes it so easy for getting down in there and scrubbing around. And then optional is a bowl of ice. I'll show you how we'll use this. We're gonna use this to sort of clean up the blades. So we're gonna start by putting our baking soda down there. I use about half a cup to 1 cup. Pour that in there and then drizzle some dish soap on top. And then you're gonna take a scrub brush and just really work it around. Add a little water to it so it creates a lather and just work it around for a couple minutes. The black rubber seal parts, for some people that comes off, mine does not. So I like to use the scrub brush to really clean the underside of that as well, because that thing definitely gets a little funky. And yeah, you're just gonna do that for a couple minutes so you feel like you gave it a good scrub, then give it a good rinse. I like to use really hot water here and then maybe, you know, turn it on, let it sort of clean through the blades as well. Now they call them blades. I've been told that they're more like teeth, but either way, turn that on so that those can get good and clean. And then Again, the optional step with the bowl of ice, if you want, you could pour that in there, add some water, and turn it on, and then that's gonna help just really bust any stuck on food that might be on those teeth or blades, help bust those off. They say it could also sort of help sharpen them a little bit too. So I'd like to do this once in a while for good measure. You definitely don't have to, but you could. Now, if you want to make it even easier and skip doing it by hand, then grab one of these tablets, or there's also packets that you could use that are made to clean the disposal. So you just drop them in, run a little water, run the disposal, and then rinse. And that is it. They really only take a couple minutes and they thoroughly clean it out on the inside. Again, I will link ones that I love in the description below, but I love ones by Active, Afresh, Glisten. There's a lot of different ones on the market, but they do a really good job of cleaning. And so if you do it once a month, it's again, something you don't even really have to think of, drop it in and call it good. They even have little calendars on there so you can mark it off to know, did I do it? Did I not? You can really help keep up with it that way too. So it's a good habit to get into doing once a month. Again, this is something I like to either designate for the first of every month or the last day of every month, something to where you just get into a routine and remember to do it. So then you stay on top of it and you don't have to wonder, when was the last time I cleaned that disposal? Or sometimes even after I've cleaned it, maybe a couple weeks go by and I start to notice some odors, just depending what I've put down there. Then these are really nice to have on hand too, to drop in and give it a clean when those odors sneak up on you. Now, if you're interested, I'm gonna drop in the description below everything that you are never to put down a disposal because they don't break down and it could just lead to odors. The jury is out on whether or not citrus peels are okay to put down there. I have heard such conflicting things about this over the years that I just choose not to do it, to play it safe. But I have people who tell me, oh, I've been doing it for years and I love it, I swear by it. And I have others who say I had a terrible experience or plumbers have told me not to do it. So I just avoid it and err on the side of caution. If I have odors, I just clean it or drop one of the tablets down there to keep it nice and easy. Now, one of the things I did not say that I want to point out, if it's a day when you're going to be cleaning the disposal, I would clean the disposal first and then clean the sink. Because if you clean the sink first, you're going to find that the disposal, when you clean it, can create a mess. Like when you grind it, some stuff, especially if you use some of the cleaning tablets or packets, some of the stuff might come up. It might even go to the other side. If you have a double sink, it'll sort of bubble up on the sink side and all of your cleaning will have been for naught and you're gonna have to clean it again. So disposal first and then the sink if you're doing both, otherwise just the sink. All right, hopefully this was helpful or gave you a little cleaning motivation if you need to tackle your sink and disposal. If you liked this video, be sure to check out this one on how to clean your stovetop and let me know in the comments what we should clean next. And check out the description for everything shown here today and hit that subscribe button for even more easy cleaning tips and tricks.